What's a skeleton's favorite musical instrument to play?
Okay, no, wait. I know this one. I think it's pretty obvious. It's a trombone, Brian. A trombone.
What? No, skeletons don't have lungs, Mark. Don't be daft. It's bongos, obviously. Bongos. Jeez.
Brian,
Yes?
there are no words.
Now it's that time of the show where we like to thank our sponsors.
Hang on. We don't have any intro at all. I guess we have an intro, but where's our post music banter, Brian?
We're thanking our sponsors, Mark.
We're going out of formula.
I didn't realize we had a formula.
We have a specific pattern we follow. We're going outside. After the intro music, we have the post intro music banter, and then we thank their sponsors.
Fine, Mark. How are you, Mark?
Brian?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
Now it's that time in the show where we like to thank our sponsors.
We're not actually getting any money since these are fan companies from developer orgs, so they aren't really sponsors.
Look, think of this as practice for when the real sponsorship money comes in.
Oh my god. He's okay.
I don't know what you're laughing at, Mark.
I don't know either. Clearly nothing that has any impact on anything we do. Okay.
Do you ever wish you were wicked? Perhaps you want to be more wicked than you are now. With Undershirts Unlimited new wicking technology, you become completely wicked with just a simple t-shirt. So explore your evil side and purchase a new Undershirt Unlimited t-shirt with superior wicking technology.
Hang on. Brian?
Yeah?
Did the quote-unquote sponsor give you this particular choice of words?
Oh, no, they thought we were, such great professionals that just said, talk whatever we want to talk about as long as we mention the name of the company and
Right.
highlighted their new wicking technology.
Right, wicking. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
What? Wicking? The process of becoming wicked? Seems right to me, to wick. I am wicking. I am now wicked. I will be wicked.
Okay, all right. There's a little show I want you to go see. This is your homework. It's you might have to buy tickets for it. It might be a bit expensive, but it's a good show, and it's got a lot of singing in it, and
Okay.
I think it will actually clarify what wicked really means for you.
Oh, okay. What's it called?
It's called Wicked, Brian.
They made a show, a musical show, all about t-shirts?
Go to the show, Brian.
The Salesforce community is huge. There are millions of us. Many of us have suggestions and desires on how they want the platform to improve. Sadly, many of these suggestions get lost.
For not even the price of a coffee a day, you too can support one of those lost suggestions, these great ideas in the rough.
We like to call this segment,
Light bulb.
It's only one small click to support this lost idea. You click hundreds of times every day.
Are you a developer? Don't worry, you can help too, even if you don't click as much. Everyone can click.
Think of the children.
Ideas. Brian, they're ideas.
Fine, brain children then.
Right. This week, our idea comes from Amber Boaz, because Amber's freaking awesome.
So awesome.
I know. And this is tracking, this idea is to track how many times any given report has been run.
We can get the last run date, right?
Right.
But you have no idea if maybe the report hasn't been run in like 6 months and then has been run once because it was you who found the report.
And that was it.
And that was it. And you have no idea if it's actually being used or not.
As a contractor and as an admin, this would be so ridiculously invaluable because you can see not only your reports and how often they're being run, but the value of your fields as well. Like if you have a field that doesn't touch anything, like there's no workflow, there's nothing that shows it, and field trip shows that it's not really being used all that much. And that one last thing where it could be used is reports.
Right.
And if it's not on any reports that have any significant amount of run,
it's not being used. Same
Yeah.
thing with the reports in general. I mean, I used to go and do an annual purge of reports where I say, hey, if something hasn't been run in 12 months, it's going to get
Right.
deleted.
But the thing is, there are annual reports. So
That's why it's more than 12 months.
yeah, more than 12. It really has to be like 14 months because
Well,
somebody's going to get mad.
What I do is I actually find the reports that I think are candidates for deleting, and then I move them out of the folder because, I mean, most of the annual reports I'm going to know about as the administrator anyways, right?
Right.
So I would move those reports into a folder that only I can see, and then I wait for someone to scream, because that way if they scream, I go, oh, here's your report, put it back in the folder.
You can have your toy back.
Right? Without actually having to recreate the report. And then after X many months, and that X has to make sense for your business process and what your company does, I go ahead and just purge the folder.
Exactly. It'd be an incredibly valuable thing to actually be able to tell that. There's a lot of things in Salesforce, actually. It'd be really nice to see how much they are run. Like, I believe we do have that with knowledge articles. That is a thing that exists.
So you can see the number of times a knowledge article has been shared. You can see the number of times. I don't know if it's been viewed. Has it been viewed?
No, I think you can. Yeah. It's considered a key thing for knowledge.
Which would make sense.
Yeah. What else?
I could see things like chatter posts for certain things. Like, think of it this way: like you had that little
impressions.
Yeah,
like
you have that little. That's exactly what I was going to say. Twitter impressions, because if we have want to say, hey, we're going to use chatter as a corporate communication device, and so we post really important stuff out there, and no one's looking at it, no one's responding to it, no one's clicking on it. You can get an idea of, is this actually working? And if it's not, make some plans to try to make it work or do something different.
Chatter groups would be a really useful place to put that kind of thing.
Oh,
How many times a chatter group has been visited?
We should create ideas, Mark.
We should.
But maybe we should start with this one, because I think it's been, how long, 7 years?
This is the thing. This has been around for 7 years. It has over 5,000 points.
And it's in product team review, but there's been no comments.
But there's been no comments from them. There's been no response from the product team at all. So,
which I find
hi,
interesting.
product team.
Please respond.
Please respond.
That'd be nice.
But maybe if we get like our 7 listeners to go out and click for that, then the recent surge of voting
and maybe comments.
Maybe comments
could elicit a response.
There. Yeah.
Hear that, Alicia? We're looking at you as one of our 7 listeners. Go out there. And where, Mark, can Alicia find this idea?
This can be found at bit.ly/runreportrun.
All lowercase.
Yes.
This is great, Mark, but I think for our episode, we're kind of a little short for content.
Well, you're the one who wrote the script.
Yeah,
Brian.
I know. It's my fault. So how about we go crazy and we do 2 ideas?
2 ideas?
Yeah.
Are you mad?
Yeah, but that's beside the point.
That's just insane enough to be awesome. Let's do it.
Okay. So, Summer 16 released a new feature that's you can enable called multiple accounts for contacts.
Is it beta or GA?
I'm pretty sure it's GA because I turned it on my
GA.
production org.
Oh, snap.
And it essentially replaces account contact rows. It turns it into a first-class object, essentially. Well, it gives you a first-class object. It's a completely different one. It's called account contact relations. And it's really cool. There's an option in there, so Salesforce will automatically create a relationship record for the account that's directly related to the contact, which is pretty cool. But there's a problem.
Right.
And that problem is that when Salesforce creates that record, it doesn't adhere to field defaults. So if you create a custom...
What do you mean?
If you create a custom field, like a pick list field, and say, I wanted to default to the value current, it only works if you click the add button yourself. If Salesforce creates the record automatically because it's associated to an account, it doesn't fill in any of those field defaults.
This idea sounds familiar. I think I've seen this.
Well, you can find this idea at bit.ly.
No, wait, this is your idea, Brian. Brian, you did this idea.
Yes, this is my idea.
You wrote this idea, you shameful hussy.
Hey, now look a second. You and I both know we hate shameless promotion, but yet...
Do I know that? I don't know that.
How is it every time we shamelessly promote ourselves, one of us calls us out on shamelessly promoting ourselves? Aren't we making it then a shameless self-promotion?
I think it's shamelessly shameful. That's what I think it is.
I think you should go and vote for this. bit.ly/contact relations.
God, you're terrible.
No, Brian, but thank you for the compliment. Anyways, are you psyched about our live recording at Midwest Streaming?
You mean that super huge user group meeting in Chicago? That's July 21st and 22nd at Navy Pier.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a live audience. I think I can't wait. I don't know. Live audiences are always a bit intimidating.
Well, there are audience, so we're only going to have maybe 4 people.
But that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So we did have a small change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. And unfortunately, sadly, Erica Cool can no longer join us. She has a conflict, actually, that came up. It's a work conflict. Unfortunately, she can't be our special guest for the live show.
Yeah, it's just one of those out of her hands scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
But she did help us get a new special guest.
Oh, wait, she did? No. Who?
Yeah. It's
Safe Harbor.
No. Get out. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have emailed you this.
Dude, I love...
Safe Harbor.
Seriously, like, anytime I can hear
Safe Harbor.
speak is absolutely amazing. That's awesome, and we're going to interview.
Safe Harbor.
Yeah.
Wow.
So come and join us at Midwest Streaming, July 21st and 22nd.
You can register at midwestdreamin.com. That's dreamin' without the G.
You know, Mark, I'm a little concerned that
what?
a lot of people might think that us saying that
Safe Harbor.
as our guest speaker is really some sort of stupid joke on our behalf.
Yeah, what, you mean like we don't actually have
Safe Harbor.
as a special guest, because as opposed to we just don't have permission yet to start advertising,
Right.
so we have to say
Safe Harbor.
Yeah, maybe they think that saying
Safe Harbor.
is our guest is just like one of those online shops that you say you have to add the item to your cart in order to see the special price because it's too special to be advertised.
Well, I guess if you, the listener, because there's only one of you, want to find out if
Safe Harbor.
is actually our special guest, you're just gonna have to come to Midwest Streaming, okay?
Although it's really true, we do really have
Safe Harbor.
as our special guest.
Yeah.
And hopefully, Mark, you caught all the
Safe Harbor.
input in
Safe Harbor.
correctly.
I'm pretty sure I got all of the
Safe Harbor.
references. It's fine.
Okay.
Now it's time for our Salesforce video of the undetermined amount of time until the next one. Should we rename this segment, Brian? We've actually been doing like every 2 weeks for a while now, pretty consistently.
Yeah, but you never know when we have to skip one. Like last episode, it was really the undetermined time in the next one, except for probably the first of the month because there's always an Apex and Limits video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fine.
So-
Undetermined amount of time. Yeah.
Have you heard about Throwback Thursdays, Mark?
Throwback, like the Twitter?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Is it a Twitter thing?
So it's
So-
Monday, so we're going to do Throwback Monday with a Dreamforce session from 2013.
I don't think you understand the concept of alliteration, Brian, and its effect on marketing culture and human culture and consumption.
Fine, it is Monkey Mania Monday, all the way from Dreamforce session 2013.
I should be mollified, but I'm not.
Anyways, this is the Comedy of Clouds. It's the second annual that they did at Dreamforce.
The second annual Comedy of Clouds.
Yeah, basically, it's the second Dreamforce they were allowed to do it. And I think it was the last Dreamforce
Right.
they were allowed to do it.
No, I think didn't we talk to Saint Maulus, and he was saying that they did another one, but there's no more recordings.
That's right. Yeah, they did one.
It was at the theater.
They, did,
it, was at the,
they skipped one.
it was at the community theater
And
or something
then-
like that, or the admin theater.
Yeah, they did it at one theater. And I think it had something to do with the fact that he was just saying
Safe Harbor.
way too often and
He's dropping bombs.
dropping the bombs. Yeah, but it's still hilarious. I know Comedy of Clouds was always one of those sessions that I desperately wanted to go to, simply because of the fact that everything else is great, but it's kind of like work, right? The Comedy Clouds was a nice way to shrug the pressure off the shoulders, take a break, and kind of laugh at ourselves and our peers.
That's the thing about Dreamforce. You are absolutely correct. It's a work conference, right? It's meaning that it's a conference where you're going to be working. You may be there to like talk to people you haven't talked to in a while, but you also have to be there to learn. You also have to be there to be on. If you're like us, you also have to be there to present. It's tough.
Yeah.
And by the end of Dreamforce, I don't know anybody who goes there feeling refreshed. Maybe mentally, like stimulated, but like bodily, usually quite exhausted.
Especially because the showers never work down there for some reason, so you never get clean unless it rains.
Remind me to not get too close to you at Dreamforce, Brian,
Well,
without nose.
We're probably going to end up doing one of these WizardCasts live, would be my guess.
Well, then I'm just going to have to sound like this the whole time because I'm going to have my nose covered. Sorry.
I do wear deodorant.
It's good.
Made for
Need
goats.
some DO for your BO? Made from what?
Goats.
What?
Yeah. You ever heard of Billy Goat DO? It's the deodorant made from billy goats. All natural, 100% organic.
Please tell me this is a joke.
No, it's not a joke. You want me to send you the Google link?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. It was actually made for farmhands because there was an issue where
from farmhands
no,
or
for farmhands.
For
it might have been
farm
by
hands.
farmhands, but I don't think they actually cut the hands off to make the deodorant. So it's a situation where if you want to wear deodorant and you're on the farm, you have to be very careful because certain smells can actually spook your livestock and make it difficult to actually handle.
Okay.
And so they created this natural and organic deodorant that is intended to you to be worn around the farm. You're treating this as like it's a bad joke. I'm serious. I'll get you I think it's on Amazon. I think you can buy it on Amazon.
Okay.
I usually get it down at the local.
And it's made from goats.
Well, I'm not sure if it's truly made for goats, but it has a picture of a billy goat right on the bottle.
Okay.
So
either way, I'm still going to call it GODO. That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah. So I
degodorant.
Degodorant.
Yeah.
Spray it and all the goats go away. No, it's just the opposite. You remember, it's to prevent them from being spooked. Anyways, if you want to go see the Comedy of Clouds,
oh yes,
you can go to bit.ly/cloudcomedy13. That's the number 13.
That's right.
And all lowercase.
Because it was from Dreamforce 2013. That's how old this video is. Dreamforce. That's the convention that the gods of Asgard go to. Dreamforce.
That is focused 100% on Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool conference because you can go there and try to pick up Mjolnir yourself, right?
Yeah.
But
he's a fantastic motivational speaker though.
Yeah.
It's great.
It says, if you're truly pro, you too can pick up this hammer, and the whole queue lines up and they try to pick it up. Magneto came last year. Did you see that?
The what?
Magneto. He came to the conference and he tried to pick up the hammer.
Doesn't work.
And he cheated because what he did was he picked up the metal floor that the hammer was resting.
Yeah, that doesn't count though, does it?
Well,
no.
The hammer did lift in elevation.
It's what that's a technicality. I'm gonna say I don't think the judges allowed that in the end. We'd have to go back to the tape.
Well, since Thor is the only judge, probably not.
No, he's not. Yeah. He's not forgiving.
WizardCast is produced by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, directed by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, technical administration by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, script writing by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, audio editing by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, website maintenance by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, random baby noises made by Lucian Kwong and Mark Ross, and our intern this episode was
Safe Harbor.
Send us your interview suggestions, jokes, videos, tips, and feedback to wizardcast@thewizardnews.com, or head over to thewizardnews.com and click Contact WizardCast.
Don't forget to subscribe to the WizardCast and receive our next episode automagically. Once again, I'm Brian.
And I'm...
Thanks for listening. He wasn't that loud, was he?
At times.